7. It's a pretty, well, relative number for those of you that might like a lot of the videos that I do, or for those of you that might follow a lot of the channels that I might follow. 7. That's a hell of a number, one of my favorite. But 700 subscribers, and that's where it kind of magnifies. And even though the growth has been kind of slow, thank you for 700 subscribers. Now, there's a few things I want to talk today about, as I usually say, but first of all, I just want to say again that I've not forgotten about those of you that have stuck around since the beginning, and I wanted to say thanks. I also wanted to say thanks to those of you that I picked up along the way, especially the handful recently, as I've started to put more videos out recently here. Let's face it, none of my videos require a ton of editing or even a ton of effort, really. It just takes a little bit of time. It's not like a lot of the people that I watch or, aspire to be like. Those guys take the time to edit videos, put gameplay through and everything, but I still wanted to say thanks because I feel like at least I have somewhat of a general basis of the canon and the lore of the series, and I care about it. So just being a part of this community, that's enough for me. I also wanted to say I'm sorry for less videos lately. Obviously, the consistency has not been there, and I know there's a lot of stuff that's been going on recently in my life that's kind of prevented that. Now, you can't do this. I mean, I have 700 subscribers. It's just a really fun hobby for me, but you can't worry about that. I used to when I was around 3 and 4, and my channel grew really quickly towards the beginning there with Halo Wars 2 and its launch. Seeing as how that was the first video that first game I ever made a video about, it was a big deal to me, and people just jumped in, and it was just nice to see such a awesome handful of people that would actually leave comments and criticism, and some a little bit more than just criticism. But the point is that it's really nice to see that support still there, see a lot of your names. I even had you, Kat, you know who you are, jump in after several videos of not seeing you in the comments, but I know you watch from time to time. I don't expect everybody to, but then after so many videos, you come back in and then you reacquaint yourself and say, I'm still here, just catching up on your videos. And seeing that, as small and mediocre as this channel might seem, it still really feels really good to see it. So I apologize about the lighting, but you can always just turn the video off and listen to the audio, because that's all this is about. I wanted to explain why, again, with the absence, and maybe with a little bit more detail. Number one, a lot of stuff happened. I mean, a lot of stuff. And I can honestly say that talking about it makes somebody feel better. You have things that go on in your life that are not exactly what you wanted to happen. First of all, I moved. You guys know about that. I was anxious to move, so were my roommates. The truth is, my roommates, they did not see eye to eye on a lot of stuff, and it led to some things that shook things up a little bit. It just led to a lot of conflict and toxicity. And when looking at that, I just am glad that we've all got our own space. We came together to bring one of them back on his feet, and he is. So that goal is accomplished. So there's that. I'm just glad to be here. Come February, I'll be moving again. Another thing I want to talk about is thanks for those of you that still stuck around. I know I said it again. I got to say it again and again. I'm really excited about what I have to plan to do. One thing that I want to mention is that I plan to start doing more horror game playthroughs, more Let's Plays of that, because I enjoy doing it, and like I've said many times over in the past, the few times that I play games is when I do record them. So I try to kill two birds with one stone with that as well. Another thing I like to talk about is, as far as Halo goes, that is pretty much going to be my main series. I plan to always stick with Halo and or Halo-related games. I haven't had very many people ask me about this because I've not really shown, an ability to make lore videos. I don't know if I plan to do lore videos in the future, but I'm not going to say that that'll never happen. It's just right now, I don't feel like I have the time and the dedication to give you good videos like our already competent, several members of the Halo community already do, and I think they got you covered. So there's nothing, that I would need to add to the table, but I can definitely tell you right now that if I did make one, I would take time with it. It might take a few days in and out between work and class, but I would promise that it would actually be worth your time, because lore is it's something I very much care about, but I'm always in and out of the lore. And that's just something I want to talk about. Somebody asked me about lore videos, and it made me think, could I make them? Maybe, but it would take a little bit more time, and I'm not, as how you would say, skilled and naturally, equipped. I got the equipment, but it's a matter of learning to use it and having the patience to put the videos together. But I think I plan to do it in the future. So yes, I eventually do want to make a lore video here or there. Moving on to something else, like I said, I plan to stay true to the Halo series in itself, and not just the mainline FPS or RTS games, but all the Halo mods as well. Sins of the Prophets is a game that helped me grow a little bit so far, and I plan to stay true to it as well. I cannot tell you how much I enjoyed that game, and I suck at it. I'm not even good at it, but the one thing that I can tell you is that it always goes back, the replay value is high, and there's nothing like commanding fleets of your favorite ships in the Halo universe, especially my beloved CCS cruiser. I wanted to say a few more things, just as a shout out for those of you that follow me. I'm sure you already know about the, I would say, more successful and larger members of the Halo community, but I want to recommend and give a shout out to a few channels who not only kind of inspired me since the beginning, but a few channels who have been very supportive, who I hear from every now and then. We talk about just about anything you can imagine with the Halo universe, and it's just nice to be included. So to thank you guys for including me on that and being so supportive, I want to thank Halo Canon, I want to thank HiddenXperia, I want to thank Covenant Canon, as especially I would say a less appreciated but a very specific little niche that I like to jump into every now and then, to cover something as specific as the Covenant, the families, the lines of Sanheli, and just all the different cultures and beliefs within the Covenant before, during, and after their formation. That was really cool, so a shout out to you as well. But I'm going to leave a list of some Halo YouTubers that I watch on a daily basis, that I recommend, the people that I get inspired from every day. So I don't know if you're thinking about doing videos, or if you're thinking about looking more into it, or if you just want to hear about Halo lore, but some of the biggest and most dedicated Halo fans in the community, then I recommend this list below. So yeah, a shout out to you guys as well. I will leave links to all those channels in the comments section below. That's it, guys. I just wanted to ramble for a second, per my usual. In a few months, I will be moving on to a totally new occupation, something more enjoyable, something that I enjoy more, but it's been a fun ride doing what I do, and it's going to be an even better ride going on to the future, living closer to, basically next door to some of my closest friends, and really close to a lot of my family on my father's side. So that is something we look forward to. Me and my girlfriend are excited, and I cannot wait for this life change. It's going to be bittersweet because I love it here. It is my home, but there's a lot of things that I want to do while I'm still relatively young, and I say that with quotations around it. But I guess that's kind of all I wanted to say, guys. 700 subscribers. It is growing. It slows down, it speeds up, we lose one, we gain 5, but it still grows. And even if you can't stay truly consistent to it, I have noticed that as long as you just have fun and you stay with it and you don't quit, things will get better. Things will grow. I am Euclid, and thank you guys for 700 subscribers.